It's Zach from Myshire Farm. I am a few minutes late, it looks like. I apologize. It was a crazy day, but this is our weekly Q&A. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Um, I do have a couple things that I want to talk about before we begin, but this is our weekly question and answer. So if you join in and you have a question concerning Coturnix quail, how to raise, how to incubate, whatever the case may be, you're more than welcome to ask your questions, and I will be happy to help. Um, I am getting set up here. There we go. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We do usually do a thing here where you can always just comment that you're there and where you're from. It's always fun to see where everybody is from. That's kind of interesting. My phone has been ringing off the hook today, so I've already been talking quite a bit today, so I'll be probably taking quite a bit of drinks. So, this was a busy week as far as YouTube goes. We did our tour that I posted, and then we also did the new poop system. So if you have any questions about those, feel free to ask. I do have something in front of me to show where all the comments are, so I'll be able to answer your questions. And the other thing that I want to mention was if you're watching and you've ordered eggs, I promise they're on their way. We are getting slammed with orders, like to the point where I'm about to take everything off. Like that's how busy we are. So for most things, I'm about 5 to 6 days out. And then the stuff that I'm over a week on, I've already taken off the website. So as far as jumbo wilds go, black tie affair or the tuxedo variety, autumn ambers, those will be on this week. Jumbo whites will be back on the website this week and on eBay. So I'm getting caught up with those, but please be patient. But if you do have an order in, feel free to contact me at 937-760-7282, and I should be able to give you a rough estimate on when they'll go out. So I get quite a bit of questions about that, so I thought I'd answer that. But we do have quite a bit of comments. So if you do have questions concerning the tour or anything that I missed, or last week's conversation, or the poop system, or your own questions, feel free to ask now. I will get to them. I'm going to try to keep this under 30 minutes, and that might be pretty easy for me because I've only got like 48% on my phone. So we'll see how long it lasts. Kiki from Houston, Texas, welcome. Vermont, Heather, welcome. Adam, talked to you just a little bit ago. It is midnight, so Adam stayed up in Wales, UK, to watch. So I appreciate you watching. Stephen from Bait City, Missouri, welcome. Mike from New Mexico, hello. I think it's Larissa from Missouri. I hope I said that correctly. Charles from Florida. Doing pretty well. Daniel from Kentucky, welcome. Kurt. Wow. It's been a long day, guys. Okay. From Tennessee, welcome. And Tanya, welcome back. And Southern Oregon, welcome. I don't get a lot of Oregons, so welcome. Very cool. All right, so what questions do you have? Wow, hold on. I literally just got off the phone like for 45 minutes, so I'm still struggling. North Carolina, welcome, Gene. Texas, first batch day, maybe 50% so far, day starting this morning. John, that's already at average. What day are they hatching on? Like, is it day 16, day 17, day 18? That would be interesting to know as well. But can't complain about 50%, but I'd really like you to get to that 72%, which we actually just increased it. We're actually sitting at 74% hatch rate on shipped eggs this year, so that's wonderful. Surprisingly, I had 3 messages this week that had all but one hatch. Plus we sent extra. One was a 25 count. We sent 30, 29 hatched. Another one was a 110. We sent 120, 119 hatched. And then another one was, I think there was two 25 counts. But that's still, I was still excited to hear that. Jackie from Michigan, welcome. Daryl from South Carolina, welcome. And we have neighbors, welcome. So I did the tour, and I'm just going to talk for a couple minutes until we have any questions. I'm glad that you all joined, but I did have a couple of questions that I got after I posted the videos that I'll talk about for a couple minutes until we get some questions going. If we don't have any questions or anything that you guys want to talk about, then we'll just close it up early. And then at about 5 minutes, like 25 minutes into this video, I'll start just doing the comments real quick. And I'll try to get you guys out of here on time. 24 out of 30 hatched. Love the variety of colors. That's wonderful. 24 out of 30. Mansfield 1776. Where did you order from? Did you order on the website or on eBay, or was it an auction? That would be interesting to know. I ordered 430 jumbo wilds and had 76% hatched. Can't complain about that. 430. I don't even remember shipping 430. It's been a crazy year. Crazy year, guys. Day 18, they started hatching this morning. Okay, so John, we're looking pretty good. I think we'll get to that 70% at least, so that's great. Facebook auction. Okay, all right, very cool, very cool. Yeah, I can't complain about that. That's great. Steven, I give up hatching my own. Only was running 10 to 20%. I buy my birds day to week old locally now. Interesting, interesting. Hatching my own only was running 10 to 20% hatch. Yeah, that's not great. It would be easier to just buy day olds or week olds. Sorry to hear that. So we did the tour, and again, I'll just be talking, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I will see it. I'll respond, I promise. So we did the tour, and we did the shipping area. I had a couple of questions as far as the foamers. The foamers on the wall did not have eggs in them. The process that I do is we have multiple places that people can order from. So every morning I look at each one of them, and then we write them down on the tablet here. And so I have a shipping list. I would show it to you, but this is how I'm reading your comments, so I guess I won't. So anyways, it's just like in the notes section, you know, just a huge shipping list with the little check mark. And so what happens is we make the foamers right then, and then I kind of determine what goes out the next day. Very few times. So for example, the 430 jumbos that somebody ordered that got a 76% hatch rate, Josh, 410 of them would have been laid the day that I shipped. So 20 of them would have been laid the day before. Just because I don't get, well, I might have 430 now. We just added an extra cage, so they're not all laying yet. I'm talking to myself, it's fine. But we ship same day they're laid 90% of the time. And so how that works is I'll make all the foamers, and then we stack them as far as, okay, this is what's going to go out tomorrow, so I don't have to go through all the orders. I already know, and then we just keep it going. So that was a question, like, how long are you storing those eggs? And I'm like, what eggs? They're like, the eggs on the counter. And I'm like, I don't know of any eggs on the counter. So they assume that eggs were in the foamers. Eggs don't go in the foamers until the day we ship. So that was one question. I've got a couple questions here, so I will answer these real quick. I have all meat makers. One hen is laying constantly smaller eggs. Will the young from this hen be smaller. She is the same size as the rest of my quail. You got a 50-50 shot. I wouldn't put it in the breeding program, but there's no reason to lose a hen either. So I would try it. I would definitely test it, you know. Um, so I would mark that one separate from when they hatch, and then hopefully it's a hen, and you'd be able to tell. My luck, it would be a male, so I wouldn't know. I would hatch it, but on the same token, I wouldn't have had it in the breeding program, if that makes sense. Steven, I'm sorry to gonna get a cabinet incubator whenever I can save the money. Sure, I actually looked at cabinet incubators today, talked to a couple vendors. Not for us. I was going to see if I could do something like I do with Winola Ranch, do some giveaways and some contests and things like that. But it's a Sunday, so I haven't heard back. But I wanted to get that done today, so here's to hoping. How do you separate out the Phi gene from Germans? Just cross Germans with something else and look for Phi hatchings? Yeah, that's how we started. I mean, we don't do that anymore, but yeah, that's how we just kept working with the Germans. We just kept working with it, and then, it really didn't take long before we started getting weird stuff. And then we were separating it, and we were playing with it, and then it just, all of a sudden, we were getting 1 out of the hatch, and then 3 out of the hatch, and then, all of a sudden it just exploded into everything. So that was pretty cool. Jackie Long, do you ship live? We do. We ship, so we have something called teens and we have something called breeder sets. They're both the same age when we ship them. So they're both 3 weeks old when we ship them. They're a week off the heat lamp, so they don't need heat. But at 3 weeks old, I can feather sex the ones that are feather sexable. The ones that are not feather sexable are the same age, but I don't know if they're males or females, so we sell them as teen sets. So the teen sets are in a group of 10 for $5 each, and then the breeder set is 5 hens and 1 male, and that's 42. Yes, they're $7 a piece, so $42 for the breeder set or $50 for 10 straight runs. We also sell males. You would be really surprised how many males we ship for people wanting to butcher or try them out or dog training or whatever the case may be. So we ship quite a bit of males as well. And then we have a lot of people that have, they hatch out and then they happen to have an obscene amount of males and not enough hens. So the hens are getting beat up. So we sell an all-female set as well, and that's 6 hens in the box. So yeah, we have some options on there. Tom, Goose Bay, Canada. Welcome. Very cool. Good evening from the UK. Been a while since I've caught you on the live feed. I'm glad you were here. That's the second UK, right? I think it's the second. Pretty sure. So welcome. Let's see. How do you produce pansy? I currently have 10 eggs hatching that carry the Phi gene, Egyptian, Scarlet Pharaoh, Italian. I can produce it with not with. Not really, not with what you got. If you could get a couple Tibetans, you would be on your way. You're kind of missing. You need something really dark. It would take a lot longer, and you could use Rosetta. You could use Graufi. Tibetan would be ideal, though. What does the mean Phi gene? So the Phi gene, all right, so we've got like 22 colors on our website right now, right? Some of those colors, how do I explain? Okay, so we have Italians. Italians are the gold quail with the brownish markings on the back, right? So it's kind of a Myshire. It's a common color. If you can use the Phi gene with that, then the Phi gene actually changes those colors and it produces a pearl instead. So really a pearl is an Italian with the Phi gene in it. So the gold turns to white, the brown turns to black, and you've got a white and black bird. Same thing with a bunch of other colors. The Fab Phi is really a jumbo pharaoh with the Phi gene, so the brown turns into more of a gray, and the rusty reddish color turns into white. So then you have a white and gray bird instead of the jumbo. So it's fun colors to work with. The Phi gene's a lot of fun. Very confusing, but a lot of fun. Due to lockdown here in the UK, I can't get to my quail feed delivered to my local store. Will lower protein food be okay until my order comes early May? I have 24 eggs in my incubator at the moment. I mean, it'll have to do, they'll survive. What lower protein are you talking about? Yeah. And what are you hatching out? Are you hatching out jumbos? Because that's a bigger deal. If you're hatching out colors, they're not going to get really big anyway. So yeah, let me know what the protein you can get in is, and we'll go from there. Because I do have a couple suggestions if it's low protein. So FabFi, yep, I just answered. Okay, I was like, I'm pretty sure I just said that, but yeah, you told me. Puerto Rico, Salvador, welcome back. Hello. All right, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I am waiting on Scott to message me back as far as what he's hatching out and what the protein is, and I'll answer that. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer those as well. Before I move forward, please hit the like button and the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. I do have a video coming out this week that I'll be posting. We actually did the other day, but I'll be posting it, and I think what I'm going to do is actually post our feed video this week. That'll give you quite a bit of information on the feed that should help. And then I will be doing quite a bit of videos going forward that I think will help. And but I've got 12 maybe ready to go. I just don't want to post them all at one time. Kind of stagger them out. I did say that I was going to try to post once a day. I didn't mean that. I meant I'm going to try to post once a week plus the weekly Q&A. So I did get asked that question because they're like, I haven't seen your video today. And I'm like, well, I posted the other day. And they're like, you said every day. And I'm like, well, I did not mean that. So that's what I get. Daniel, is it normal for a male in a group to try to mount all the other males? He is the early bloomer I mentioned last week. He's unnecessarily trying to mount only 2 of the hens, but all of the males. He's super eager. It's not that big of a deal. We used to keep him. Now I'm kind of really picky. So anything like that goes to the male cage and butcher cage. Just because he's spending all his energy on not hens. And if you have extra males, I would get that male out and use a different male. Okay, I'm going to breed for dog food. What bird do you recommend? For dog food? Good question. We've done a couple. We've helped a couple dog feed customers in the past, and I cannot remember if they. I'll have to look at my notes, but I'm almost positive that they were wanting the darkest bird they could get. So we gave them Tibetans, and we got great feedback from them. They bought a ton at one time because they lived in Michigan. And so they had a Facebook group or some sort of group together. So they all went in, bought a ton, and then I delivered them. So they said, well, we'll talk to you next year. And that was almost a year ago. So I should probably hear back soon, hopefully. Um, so I think, I don't, if you're wanting to continue to breed and you're not looking for color, I would recommend Tibetans or Rosettas. But if I'm wrong about the dark color, then I would recommend golds. If you would like to message me or call me tomorrow, 937-760-7282, I'll look at my notes tonight and I'll let you know what they were requesting. Because I remember them requesting certain things, but that was a while ago. Group of mix. I don't know. Oh, is it normal for a group of mix? It's normal. I just don't use those males. Scott, I've got chick crumb, but after that it will be 16% protein and I'm hatching mixed colors. It's not the end of the world if you use that. If it was me, I would get a turkey starter. If it was me. Because you could probably find a turkey starter pretty easily, and they're usually very high in protein. And since you're just hatching out, that's really what they need. 16% is kind of where the layer feed would be. So again, they'll be fine. You know, they'll probably get 6 ounces. But I would try to go for the turkey starter because that'll be 24, 28%, and that'll help them grow fast. Is what I would do. Santiago, hello, welcome. Charles, all my hens are laying big eggs regularly lately. That's hard to say for me. Diet is the same as it was. I'm getting at least 1 double yolk a day. Will it hurt them? You need to make sure that they have plenty of fiber and calcium, which we'll talk about in the video that I'll be posting later on this week. The calcium ideally would be somewhere around 3.5%. The fiber was 1.5%. I should probably start doing these videos again in the quail barn because then I could just go look. Yeah, I think it's 1.5. But no, if they're laying, then I mean, I would keep an eye on them. Maybe throw some electrolytes once a week into their waters. That typically helps them. I use most of my electrolytes on our larger birds, just to help them produce better. So that's what I would do. R&K Homestead. Have 120 eggs in incubator. You shipped us. Jumbos. Thanks. Awesome. Very cool. Let me know how it goes. Maybe you can come on next week and let us know how the hatch went. That would be exciting. We do like to do that on here. Thanks. Will do. Adam, I use chicken layer mash and it's easily available in UK. It's 18%. Sure. Bob, I'm seeing a lot of yolks under the cage. Been feeding 28% turkey starter. It only has 1.05% calcium. Is that too low? I've seen a lot of yolks under the cages. So you're laying birds? Yeah, that's way too low. Yes. I would get off the turkey starter and go to a layer feed of some sort, 15, 17% protein. With that 15 to 17% protein, it should bump up the calcium to 3, possibly 3.5, which is ideal. And then you will start getting much better results as far as laying goes. Cleaner eggs, nicer eggs, larger eggs. The laying hens won't struggle so much to. That's really what it is. The calcium is really helping them produce and lay the egg correctly so that they're not straining themselves. Because that's when you get into them stop laying or them dying for no reason or things like that. So that's why I'm really big on the calcium. So I can't express enough. I always say the first 10 weeks is all about protein. After that, forget the protein, go to the calcium. Because you don't want them. I mean, I could easily feed my jumbos the 27% protein that we do for the starters. I could feed them that their whole lives and they'll get 19, 20 ounces. But that's not healthy and they're not going to lay and produce very well. And if I stop that, it's just not a good idea. So yeah, you want to back off the feed as far as the protein goes. You want to increase the calcium. You'll get much, much better results. And they should produce even better for you than what they already are. Electrolytes would help a little bit in that situation. Of course, on the same token, if you're supplementing calcium to increase that and still keeping the protein, that would work as well. I just don't supplement. So you've got options. That's what I'm saying. You've got options. Let's see. Scott, thank you. I've got turkey starter on order. It should have come last week, but I got phone call to say they won't deliver it till May, so I had to get normal chicken food. Hopefully it comes sooner. Sure. If you're hatching out colors, I wouldn't stress about it. As soon as, in fact, it would be better for you to keep them on the 16% consistently than switch their feed. So whatever you can get or whatever you have, I would just keep it on. They're going to do better with a lower protein and consistent feed than switching the feed later on, because that's not going to do well for them. They're going to, have digestion issues, and yeah. I would just keep with what you got and just keep it going through the whole hatch. Sorry you're going through that. I know believe me, I know that there's definitely obstacles due to all this, and that's everywhere. That's the U.S. and the U.K. and Canada. I mean, it's everywhere. I get it, 100%. What electrolytes do you use? It is. Someone just sent me a picture and asked if it was right, and I said that's what I use. It's in the barn. I mean, I've got packs in the barn. They come in little packs like that, and it's a blue label, and there's like a duck and different fowl. Man, I can't remember. That's going to drive me crazy. If you want to message me, I will look and send you a picture of it. Oh, that's going to drive me crazy. If it wouldn't be so annoying to walk down there, I'd walk down there with you, but the camera and the packs and if you want to send me a picture, or if you want to message me tomorrow, I'll send you a picture of it. Aviary Birds & Co. Any idea when the jumbos will be back in stock? We do. Oh, yeah, I guess we do have quite a bit more. It is Save a Chick. Thank you very much. Yes, it is Save a Chick. Whew! I feel so much better now. Yeah, so I'm going to actually have to repeat something, because when I started, and I know better than this, but I said it, and there was only a few people on, and I don't know why I didn't wait. So I should have. So if you go to our website, it says out of stock on so much stuff. It says out of stock on Jumbo Whites and Jumbo Wilds, Tuxedo Variety, Autumn Ambers. All those will be back on the website this week. I am planning, because I have to mark out, I have to count how many orders we have and how many eggs they bought compared to how many I get a day. looks like I'll be putting the Jumbo Wilds back on the website on Wednesday. It'll be close to Wednesday. I'm pretty sure it'll be Wednesday. Um, we'll also be putting the tuxedos and the autumn ambers and the jumbo whites. We'll be putting all them back on the website. Um, in fact, the only thing that should be out of stock by the end of this week will be Egyptians, jumbo Egyptians, and breeders. And possibly sex link. I'm telling you, we got slammed. Like I don't know what happened. I know what happened. The coronavirus thing hit hard. Then, we were talking about lockdown. And as soon as things started locking down, schools were, within 2 days, we sold 10,000 eggs. And I said, so we turned everything off. I was like, turn off the jumbos, turn off the jumbo Egyptians, turn off the jumbo whites. Like so I'm getting caught up. So most of those will be back on the website this week, hopefully by Wednesday. The jumbo Egyptians will never go back on the website again. I feel like I don't know what happened, but everybody wanted, and we had like 20 orders of 240 count jumbo Egyptians. So, about another week and a half on those. Sorry. But I am getting to them as fast as I can. Most of these things will be back on the website on Wednesday. Breeder sets will be back on the website Friday. Yes. So I'm excited about that because we got super slammed on those as well and got weeks behind. And then I just hatched out. It's crazy. We just hatched out. I put in 440 times 880. So I put in 882 eggs. And they just hatched out yesterday. And we've got 842 chicks. Looks like I froze. Hopefully I didn't. There we go. We've got that many chicks, and they are all feather sexable. So I will be way caught up on breeders very, very soon. Like 2 weeks, and I'm off to the races. We just got hit at one time. So I really do apologize for the inconveniences. I know how frustrating it is to want to order something or order something and you're waiting on it. I completely get that. It stresses me out when I've got orders that I can't ship out. But I am going as fast as the quail will allow me to go. So, oh, I got behind because I rambled on. I'm sorry. Let's see. That was aviary birds. Laying birds, we talked about that. Should you feed grit? You could. You could. That wouldn't be a horrible idea. Gretchen, hi, from Washington. Welcome. Can you tell us more about the new jumbos? They're big. They're feather sexable. I like them a lot. They're kind of fun. They will be 50 cents each. There's another jumbo that I should have by the end of the year that will be a rare jumbo, and those will be $1 each. But these jumbos will be 50 cents each. All my jumbos, so when these come out, I'm going to have jumbo Egyptians, jumbo whites, jumbo, I'm not telling. Those will all be 50 cents. The jumbo wilds, which are just the largest of the large, will be 60 cents for a couple different reasons. Number one, like I said in a couple videos before, I spend 40% of my time just on jumbos, just breeding and genetics and just the jumbo process. And then they also are very large, and so they eat a lot. So I move them up to 60 cents. I think that's all I'm willing to say about it right now. they're hatching. They're hatching true. They're hatching about 80% true, which I'm okay with. Um, the last batch that we tested was 83% tested over 11 ounces. So that was super exciting. Um, and that was our last test run to make sure everything was good. So quality is good. We like them. We know everything we need to know about them. And so now I'm just putting them all in for us so that we have breeders. Because I have a feeling that when I put these on the website and eBay, they're going to go fast. They're super good, super cool. They're feather sexable. They're different. And they're big. I mean, they are big. Not as big as the Jumbo Wilds, but they're, I mean, we're talking third generation and they're 12 ounces at 8 weeks. I mean, they might fight for my Jumbo spot. I mean, they're big. I'm happy with them. Very happy with them. All right, so would feeding scrambled eggs be helpful advice for the people who can't get higher protein feeds right now? I've seen some people mention it before. You know, I have no idea. I've never tried that. So if anybody is on here, if you have an answer for that, if you tried it, that would be great if you can respond, because I don't know the answer to that. All right, so I'm going to stop talking. I mean, I'll answer you guys' questions, but I'm going to stop talking about what I'm thinking and just answer your questions real quick so we can get out of here. But while I'm doing that, I cannot express to you enough how much I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button, like now. Let's do it together. See, we did it together. Did it again, right? I'd really, really appreciate it. And then I do have videos for the next couple of weeks coming out. Not only that, but we do this Q&A weekly, every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I will start doing it back in the barn. We eat at 6:30, so I'm already in the house, and I've already had to take off my overalls. So I just thought, well, it'd be easier just to do it now. But then you guys ask all these questions, which is great, that I need to be in the barn for. So I'm just going to be back in the barn, which means we'll be able to look around, and I'll be able to show you, stuff down there if you have specific questions, things like that. So make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell, because that'll give you notifications on when I go live or post videos. Excuse me. Okay, so here I go. Ready? Steven, best quail for consumable egg production. Consumable egg production, Jumbo Wilds. Jumbo Wilds. All the time. Yes. Scott Lynn. That's a lot of eggs. I think it's the same here in the UK. People I speak to say they can't keep up with orders. Yeah, it's kind of like an everywhere thing right now. I talked to a couple hatcheries, huge chicken farm hatcheries. Like, I'm this big compared to these massive giants. And they're done. Like, they're sold out for the year. And I'm like, I'm sold out for a couple weeks and I feel bad. I can't imagine owing people, quail or birds or eggs, 6 months, and there's just no way. I would literally lose my mind. I'm on a 2-week wait on jumbo Egyptians, and they're already off the website, so no one can order anymore. But I don't think I can't sleep at night because I'm like, these people are waiting on eggs. Like, it just drives me crazy. So I can't imagine 6 months out, 5 months. I can't do that. Not for me. Yeah, I'm having the same problem. Eggs and chicks are all sold out. Yeah, and we tripled in size this year. And I thought, okay, this year, nothing comes off the website. And 2.5 months in, I'm like, take everything off the website. But I think it was, a lot of stuff. Which, if people want to be more self-sustainable, then it's good. It's good that people are realizing that they need to be more self-sustainable. And I truly, honestly, deeply believe that quail is an amazing start to being self-sufficient. You know, they don't take a lot of time. They don't take a lot of effort unless you've got 5,000 of them, and then it's all day, every day for the rest of your life, which is fine. I signed up for it. It's good. I like it. I enjoy it. I like being here with you guys, so I'm good with it. Not complaining. Yeah, I think quail is a great way to start on self-sufficiency. All right, do jumbo Egyptians breed true? If not, what else would I get? I got 19 that hatched from you and only half look like Egyptian. It's really hard to tell. You're probably going to have a couple more Egyptians than what you think, because I still can't really tell when they hatch. But you should be getting Egyptians and Pharaoh. That should be pretty much all you're getting. I mean, you get a weird one from, 7 grandfathers ago every once in a while, but that should typically be it. Let's see. My jumbos from you should start hatching next Sunday. Very interesting. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, dear God. My 50 jumbos from you should start hatching next Sunday. I'll update you during the video next week, but I don't expect the hatch to finish until Monday. I'll definitely let you know the final hatch rate. That would be really cool. I would really, really enjoy that. Mark, Australia, welcome. Very cool. What time is it there? Because it is 7:44 here. I have no idea what time it is in Australia. Doing this business, I talk to a lot of, I talk to Canada and the UK and Australia, and I talk to people all over. I got someone that messages me weekly from Vietnam, Puerto Rico, we just all over the place, which is super, super cool. But just, it's always different, this is the way it is here, so that's just the way your brain works. And then somewhere else it's completely different. And it's not that it's wrong, it's that, oh, yeah, there is a different way to do that. That makes sense too. It's really cool. It's really cool. And then talking to people and trying to get them, if their time zone is completely different than my time zone and we're trying to meet up to talk, it's funny. Let's see. Live streaming gets first dibs on the new jumbos, right? I don't know how I'm going to do that. I think I am going to do something like that. When I introduce a new color, the first 2 weeks will be only in one place. I haven't completely decided on that. So I have already thought about it as far as that goes, which I will say is not a horrible idea. So, Andrea, Tennessee, welcome. Caternix Quarter has a video on drying scrambled eggs and grinding them for feed. I tried it, but left for the trip before I got them dried. Okay. Yeah, I honestly have no idea. It sounds like it might work. Pretty interesting. Steven, thanks for coming. Don, where do you get your quail cages and feeders? We built them all in the workshop. Built them all here. Papa, that's what he does. He just builds stuff. So he built cages, he built feeders. Very, very handy. He does have a video of Pop building feeders. Yep. Recent Barn shows the cages pretty well. Yeah. We do have a couple videos on our YouTube channel. And it shows how he built the feeder. He built a small little cage, but that's exactly how he builds the large cages, just on a larger scale. But he pretty much goes into all that. I think it's like an hour-long video, but I can't tell you how many people have messaged us saying, hey, I use this, I watched your video and paused it while I was building it, and this is what it looks like, and it's great. It's absolutely amazing. So, stop touching. I know, I'm the worst at it. I see right now I want to, it's a mind thing. It's a mind thing. I know. Bob White, how is Papa doing now that he is retired? He's slowed down a little bit. now that it's getting nice outside, not so much. His brain just doesn't stop, but he's still pretty active, still pretty busy. Wants to do a lot of stuff on the farm this year, which is great. I think it really helps that he doesn't have a time frame anymore. You know, with the barn and cages and this, that, and the other, we always were against time. You know, I needed to know when I needed to move the birds, and he had to have that ready. And then, you know, I needed to be ready for when he was ready to move stuff, and it was just very rushed. So now it's slowed down quite a bit, which is absolutely great for him. And he's gotten quite a bit of stuff done that he's wanted to get done for quite a while. It would be interesting. Maybe I'll talk to him this week. I'd love for him to do a tour of his workshop. He redid his workshop, organized it, built all kinds of shelves from the ceiling. It looks amazing compared to all the videos we've done in the shop. It looks like an actual workshop. I mean, it looks great. It looks really good. So, so yeah, he's as happy as I think he can be. So I can't complain about that. That is all the questions. I am late as always, but the phone's already hit twice, which means I've got less than 10% anyway. So we're gonna call it a night. We're gonna say Tuesday. Tuesday? Let's do Mondays. I'll do it on Mondays. So every Monday I will post another video about something specific. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do the feed video tomorrow, so watch for that video. It'll go into where we get the feed from, what's in it, where to find all the ingredients to try to make it yourself. We're very happy with it. We've got great results. Our jumbos are hitting, you know, easy 12 ounces at 8 weeks. I mean, easy. Out of the last, I don't know, I'd have to talk to George, but out of the last 400 or 500 that we've bred out for breeders, it's been like 3 that didn't make weight. I mean, the feed is just absolutely amazing. So that video should help quite a bit. And then I can always answer your questions here every Sunday at 7 p.m. We've got a couple more videos coming up. So remember, hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe, hit the bell, watch the video for tomorrow. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me or text me at 937-760-7282. I can try to help you out during the week. And I cannot tell you enough how much I appreciate you joining out of your busy time. Even if you are on lockdown, you've got plenty of other stuff that you could be doing, so I appreciate you spending time with me. I hope that I helped, and we will see you next week. Thanks, everybody.